Hello everyone, and welcome our Hallmark channel. Tonight on the Hallmark Chanel The Chicken Sisters airs with an all-new Sunday, May 4th, 2025, Season 1 Episode 6 and we have here the Chicken Sisters recap below. On tonight's Chicken Sisters Season 1 Episode 6 called, I Choose to Be Happy, Y'all, as per the Hallmark channel synopsis, Amanda tries her best to be happy despite current events, but she's not convincing herself. Meanwhile, the kitchen clash competition comes to a head. Stars Skylar Fisk, Genevieve Angelson, Leah Thompson, and Wendy Malick. So make sure to bookmark this spot and come back between 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Time for our The Chicken Sisters recap. While you wait for the recap, make sure to check out all our The Chicken Sisters news, spoilers, recaps, and more right here. In tonight's The Chicken Sisters episode, Gus has always been the talk of the town. It started with her first pregnancy. People judged her for being an unwed mother. It made Gus realize that men were more trouble than they were worth. She became even more sure after her second pregnancy, and so she decided to write off men completely. Her daughters grew up. They moved out. It gave Gus the additional room to live her hoarder's lifestyle. She was making peace with her life alone until she had problems with her oven at Mimi's. Kenneth and Patrick stepped in to help. They also introduced her to Sergio. Somehow these three men became staples in Gus's life. She spends most of her time with them. She laughs with them. They sided with her over her daughters, and she defended her daughters because she knew that her friends didn't see everything. They didn't see her home, or the piles of junk she had everywhere. They knew she was eccentric. They knew she needed help with her restaurant. They also knew that she loved her kids and that she had secrets. They never pried or asked her about the doctor's visits. Gus did her best to hide those, and it still became the talk of the town. There were plenty that noticed the doctor was visiting her at Mimi's. It often happened late at night, and it led people to believe they were having an affair. They didn't know Gus like the people closest to her. Gus was no homewrecker. She threw out one baby daddy after she found out he was married. She wouldn't knowingly sleep with a married man. She was getting something else from the doctor. Gus was receiving some acupuncture. It helped with the stress. It also helped with the pain she's been feeling through her body. Gus was receiving private medical attention because she didn't want everyone to talk about it. Well, people are still talking about it. May tried to shut it down. It just didn't last for long because Kitchen Claw was dredging everything back up. The reality show had an episode this week that was the men's battle. The men from both kitchens got to take part in a cook-off. Frank Jr. had his mother, as well as his wife, to help. Sergio could see that Gus was struggling, and so he roped in May. May did the prep work. She thought it would help with Gus. It didn't. Gus still hasn't forgiven her. Gus was the type to hold a grudge. She struggled with letting people in. She was too busy keeping them out. She made another appointment with the doctor, and she was doing that while May was helping Sergio. The doctor tried to convince her to come to the office. She once again turned him down. Gus got help. She showed up for the men's battle, where the men got a little too dramatic for TV. They were told to switch kitchens after they did all that prep, and so they had to come up with a recipe with whatever the other competitor stocked in his fridge. Frank Jr. struggled at first. He needed a pep talk. His mother tried, and he'd prefer to listen to the Self-Help Bros tape in his car. He also trash-talked Sergio whenever he could. His fried green tomatoes won him a vote. It just didn't win the competition. Sergio won with his hush puppies. He had the chance to trash-talk Frank Jr. back, and he didn't. Nor did he ever once bring up what happened with Amanda. Not even after things crossed a line with Frank Jr. Frank Jr. blamed his mother for losing the competition. He was talking down to her because she didn't help him, and that's why he didn't win. He was a big baby. A sore loser that won. He took issue with Sergio when Sergio told him not to talk to his mother that way. They got in each other's faces. Frank Jr. threw the first punch. Sergio never got to return fire because Gus looked out for him. She pulled him away. Nancy did her best to stop the cameras from covering the fight, and Sabrina told her cameraman to film everything. It lost what little ground she gained with her daughter.